Welcome to it. We had a great weekend in, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Louis, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. In no particular order, all the shows were amazing. Ending the weekend in Oklahoma City was such a party, such a blast. Shout out to the MXPX crew. If you don't already follow MXPX_crew on Instagram, hey, it's a little inside thing, you might want to check that out. If you don't already follow the podcast, it's Mike Herrera Podcast. My personal is Mike Herrera TD. MXPX is MXPXPX, all on Instagram, and you can find us everywhere on all the other socials. MXPX.com. We got merch, we got vinyl, we got a lot of cool stuff happening. Black Friday's coming, insane. So coming up, MXPX, Face to Face, The Vandals, Authority Zero, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Slick Shoes, Urethane, Gen Pop, and Winter Haven are playing Punk Rock Christmas on Saturday, December 6th in Phoenix, Arizona. More specifically, Chandler, Arizona, at Wild Horse Pass Festival Grounds. Okay, we'll see you there. It's right in the center of Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be insane. We are working on the set list. Finally, we're working on it. All right. Can't wait to see you guys there. Next year, 2020, off in Seattle, Washington, kicking it off in BC, Vancouver, BC, Canada, at the Commodore Ballroom, MXPX and the Suicide Machines. That's Friday, January 9th. Tickets are getting low, but they're still available, so go get them. Now, the next night, Saturday, January 10th, in Seattle at the Showbox is sold out. Thank you very much. And then later that month, Thursday, March 26th, 9:30. No, that is not later that month. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let me move this. Later that month, Friday, January 23rd, at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz, California, MXPX and the Ataris. And then Saturday night, San Francisco, California, Fillmore. That's January 24th. Both of those shows are going to be packed. Tickets are getting low, so don't wait. Get your tickets for those, MXPX.com. Can't wait. All right. And then in March, we got Thursday, March 26th at the 930 Club in Washington, D.C. East Coast, baby. Friday, March 27th at the Norva in Norfolk, Virginia. It's been so long since we played 930 Club and the Norva. Can't wait to get back to both of those places. Now, we'll be coming to the Fillmore for the first time ever, Saturday, March 28th, the Fillmore, Charlotte, North Carolina. Going to be awesome. And then last but not least, Sunday, March 29th, Charleston Music Hall, South Carolina. The city where I first learned how to surf. Amazing place. We'll see you guys there in March. And stay tuned for more dates, MXPX.com. We got the merch arsenal is going off. We got vinyl. If you haven't already picked up the split 7-inch for 100, that is going to be gone eventually, and you don't want to miss that. T-shirts, hoodies, vinyl, slip mats. We got a lot of cool stuff. Skateboards, always got the skate decks. We have new ones coming, I'm sure. Pajama pants, T-shirts, button-up Hawaiian shirts. The Hawaiian shirt's one of the coolest things ever, I gotta say. And socks and a grill set. We got a lot of stuff at MXPX.com. So thank you for all your love, all your support. It really does mean everything to us. So thanks for allowing us to get out here and do what we do. This is going to be a simple episode. It's going to be a great episode. I'm just going to take a couple of your voicemails and we'll go from there. All right, let's get to it. Let us get to it. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, Mike? It's your attorney, Daniel, in Ohio. Reaching out on your call for our, you said favorite Halloween costumes. I don't know what I would go with on that. But I want one of my more memorable ones, growing up, as I'm sure many of your listeners, I don't know how many of them would still be involved in your podcast, but whatever. If people in the scene that you came out of, I was raised as a conservative Christian, evangelical movement, and so Halloween was not a night that we really celebrated. I was allowed to do it at my mom's, but not my dad's. It was a whole thing. But anyway, so we would do alternative fall events and things like that. Well, one year, and I don't know if it happened more than once, but it definitely happened once because there's pictures out there that I found. We had an our fall whatever with our cousins on my dad's side of the family, and we all dressed as Bible characters. So my sister and I were Mary and Joseph. We had a Cabbage Patch baby Jesus. My one cousin was Samson. I don't know. I sure hope his sister wasn't Delilah. But who knows with the way my family was. And there were like three of us sets of cousins, so probably 6 of us involved. And we all dressed as different Bible characters, and we probably like Bob for apples, watched some kind of religious theme programming or listened to some cassette of like Mickey and Me or one of those goofy shows. This is probably older than Mickey and Me, but one of those kinds of things, something like that. Did a little Bible reading maybe. Quite a loud night. As you know, I'm still quite reserved and I don't do anything while I'm crazy still beyond reading my Bible. Anyhow, man, take care. Talk to you soon.
All right, Daniel Stairs, what's up, buddy? Thanks for calling. Hard to follow your situation, what you got going on here, but I think I gather that you grew up in a religious household, and you weren't really allowed to do all the ghoulish Halloween costumes, so you guys dressed up as Bible characters. That's funny. I mean, honestly, I don't have a ton of memories from childhood with Halloween. It kind of got bigger and bigger as I got older, as I was more of a teenager. But I mean, I went trick-or-treating here and there. We didn't live in a neighborhood where you could easily just walk around and go trick-or-treating. So didn't do it as much. But nowadays, you don't necessarily go trick-or-treating in your own neighborhood unless you live in a trick-or-treating neighborhood, right? Now, if you don't live in a trick-or-treating neighborhood, you drive to another neighborhood and go trick-or-treating there. That's what people do constantly. Like where we live, where we live in Waco, Texas, that's a huge street. That neighborhood is all about Halloween. You don't have to go anywhere. You just right there, boom. It is hundreds of kids coming through there every Halloween. Now, where I live here in Bremerton, we don't get maybe any trick-or-treaters because we live a little off the road, and the neighborhood itself it's not like a traditional American suburban type neighborhood, but one street over, we have a suburban type street. And so we'll walk up to that street, do those neighborhoods. And we love all those neighbors up there on that street anyway, because they'll throw block parties, and there's just always a lot of fun things happening. So Halloween is really about family. It's about having a good time. And I know maybe the original meaning was it's like an occult thing, or I don't know. It doesn't really matter because the meaning gets commercialized in everything here in America, right? Christmas gets commercialized. It's not about religion. It's, maybe it still is, but you get what I'm saying. Coca-Cola takes over, and now it's about products, and it's still about family and fun and all that. But you see what I'm saying? These like Valentine's Day, like, is that even a real holiday? No, I'm sure Hallmark made it up so that they could sell some cards and some flowers. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get your wife or girlfriend or significant other a Valentine. You should. I mean, it's a nice gesture. It's we kind of create these events. I think holidays are a way to just create events to force us to slow down and commemorate things, such as like Thanksgiving's coming up. Thanksgiving, some people hate it. Most people love it. It's really all about getting together and realizing what you're thankful for and slowing down and taking stock of your life. So yeah, things change over the years, and Halloween has become fun. Honestly, it's really become fun now that I have kids myself. I really enjoy it, and it's all in good fun. Don't take things so seriously that everything's like evil and terrible and this and that. Like, luckily, my parents weren't really absolute psychopaths, and they didn't only allow me to listen to like Christian music. They didn't not let me go trick-or-treating. There was a few things, like we were allowed to watch the Smurfs, but I wasn't allowed to watch what? I wasn't allowed to watch, let's say, Scooby-Doo, because it was too scary. It wasn't that it was evil. It was just a little too scary back in the day. And probably a lot of the themes about like this group of kids in a van going and doing stuff. It's like I wasn't allowed to watch that, and so I became a musician, got together with a bunch of kids and started playing music and got in a van and started traveling all over the country and the world. Maybe because I wasn't allowed to watch Scooby-Doo as a kid. I don't know. Parents, you're never going to know how you screw up your kids. It's just going to happen no matter what, right? So I have really no complaints about my childhood. I think the things that I wasn't allowed to do now is kind of funny to me. It's not like, oh, I shouldn't have been able to do that. Whatever. Like, I just feel like it's all part of learning about life, you know, and parents kind of go through that too. You know, my parents were, I'm sure, they didn't really know what we were doing, what was going on, and they just expected, they just assumed we were good kids, which we are. We are. Hey, they don't need to know everything. All right. I know this is Halloween talk way after the fact. I mean, we're already at the end of November, so but that's all right. We remember. Let's get to the next one. See what happens.
Hey, Mike. My name is Devin. I'm from a little island in Canada called Newfoundland. I just wanted to call in and tell you I've been listening to MXPX for a long time. I'm almost 40 years old. Been listening to you guys forever. My first band in high school, I was 15 years old. The first cover I ever did was with my band, and we did GSF. And then the second cover we ever did was moved to Bremerton, but I grew up in a town called Campbellton. So our version was move to Campbellton, we'll hang out, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, thanks for all the music, man. And my question is just, one, what is your personal favorite MXPX album? If you could only choose one. And also, if you can do it, what are your top 5 desert island discs? Thanks a lot, man. And if you feel like checking out any new music, my current band is called Express. If you want to check that out, express.bandcamp.com. Thanks a lot, bro. Happy Halloween.
Right on. Thanks for the call, Devin. All the way from Newfoundland. We've played up there. We played up there with Lagwagon 10 years or so ago. It's good. It's great. Thanks for the call. Move to Campbellton. I love it. I love how people do that, and as you should. You should just make those anthems your own. All right, let me get to it. My favorite MXPX album, I can't choose, so I always pick the latest. Find a Way Home is my favorite. When we put out the new album, whatever that might be called, that's going to be my new favorite, because if I'm not putting out things that are my favorite, they shouldn't be out. You know what I mean? So as there are some changes that you might think of making later on in life after what I mean is albums from my past, there might be a few things I might change about that album. Maybe this album wasn't recorded that great or whatever. We can't really do that. We can't go back and fix that. But I think when we do a new album, we can do better. So anytime I do an album, I go, okay, what is it about this album that I would change now? And I try to put that into the next album. And if there's nothing I would change, then we just try to make that album again, right? So that's the main thing. So Find a Way Home is my favorite currently. And I appreciate you asking that question. If you haven't already checked out the new album, please do. And honestly, I don't worry about it too much if people are like, oh, Life in General is my favorite album, or Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo, or Secret Weapon, or The Ever Passing Moment, whatever it is. You can have your favorite album. Listen to it over and over and over every day. I love it. Thank you. It's all MXPX. It's all us. It's all coming from us, whether it's what we feel the best about or not. That's just part of the human experience, and the part of why these songs do resonate is because they're not made by AI. They're made by real people having real experiences, having experiences that you can probably relate to quite a lot. And we all just come together. We see eye to eye and we go, yes, let's keep going. So my top 5 desert island CDs would be, man, I know it's really hard to narrow it down to 5. So I'm going to try my best just to think whatever comes up first. I'm not going to overthink it. So this might not be the list that I would think of if I had like an hour to think about it. But let me think. Head Trip in Every Key by Superdrag. It's just a great record to put on. It's not like one song is my favorite. I like them all. It's just a really nice sounding record. I would say, man, it's just like, I can't choose. It's just, there's not enough. Yeah, there's too many. There's not enough. There's too many. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. You're just freaking me out. I'm overthinking it already. I'm failing. I'm flailing and failing. We need a top 5. I already feel like Superdrag might not have been the right decision. Not that I don't love that record, but I feel like Destination Failure by Smoking Popes might be on that list. No, I don't know. Okay. Descendants, Everything Sucks. Great record all the way through. There's one. All right. Let's see. Something chill. What have I listened to lately? I don't know. It's like when I write, I've been writing and recording a lot, and then we've been playing shows. So like when we're really busy with the band, I'm not really thinking about other music at all. So I'm going to have to go with classic albums. Let's go with, I got one so far. I got Smoking Popes. We'll go with, we got Descendants, Everything Sucks. We'll go with Punk and Drublick, No Effects. I will go with, I kind of want to pick The Cult, Electric Ocean. Just, there's so many good rock songs on that, and I used to just mow my lawn to that record all the time. Anytime Wildflower comes on, I'm just like, yeah, I'm taken back to childhood, and I just get so pumped. Wildflower. That riff just hits so hard. It hits so hard. Okay. What else? Definitively, it's like I feel like I should pick another punk record that really hit me hard. Let's say, Op Ivy. Their only record, Op Ivy. That you can't go wrong with that. In no way, shape, or form can any of these be in order because I just don't know. Last but not least, oh man, it's got to be a toss-up between two records. A toss-up between Bryan Adams' Reckless. It has Summer of '69. It has One Night Love Affair. It has it's got a lot of great songs. That or Huey Lewis and the News, Sports. Now, I don't know if I could say sports. Maybe we'll go like greatest hits or whatever, because Huey Lewis and the News is the reason why I am a musician and a singer today. I know there were other people involved along the way, getting the band together, messing around with this, a few guys before I even started doing music. But like the Ramones, Huey Lewis, that's all right in there. I know I didn't say the Ramones because I feel like the Ramones wasn't an album for me. It was more like certain tracks, and just their whole aesthetic in general was amazing. So the Ramones is like Beat on the Brat. It's Sheena is a Punk Rocker. It's all these things. And I could go off from like the Ramones and go, okay, the Queers, Fuck the World, I'm Hanging Out With You Tonight. There's so many, Screeching Weasel, Noodle Brain, Hey Suburbia, there's these iconic albums and iconic songs that of course can't fit into the top 5, but Green Day is huge. I mean, Dookie before that. Really, I was a fan of Green Day from their first album. I saw them with Bad Religion, and there's another one, Bad Religion, No Control. I think that's the name of the record. But that blew my mind when I heard that the first time. Like all of these fast punk songs. I didn't hear like The Offspring until later. I didn't hear a lot of the Epitaph stuff till a little bit later. Lagwagon, Strung Out, really liked all that stuff growing up. Hugely inspired by a lot of those punk bands. And like I said, Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis, those are the two big sort of rock guys that I was into. Their voice, singing wise, and their songwriting, and just their aesthetic, everything about it, I loved. All right. I butchered that question, but I think you guys got a little bit out of it. Let's move on.
Hey, what's up, Mike? This is Nate. So this week, with Halloween and all, I'm going to talk about Bigfoot and, more monsters and orbs and all that fun stuff. So my parents went to a wedding in Seattle, and they brought back this cool magnet because I like all that stuff. And it said Seattle Bigfoot. So I was thinking, is that something that you've ever experienced out there, or people that you know? Being in the the Northwest, I know there's a lot of that whole Bigfoot lore and all that craziness out there. Actually, a buddy one town over, his name's Ronnie LeBlanc. He wrote this book called Monsterland about our area. He's also been on Expedition Bigfoot on the Travel Channel and Paranormal and all that stuff. He'd be awesome to have on your podcast. But in the Monsterland books, he talks about like my area and all Bigfoot stuff. And I just think that stuff's kind of fun. With the little comet thing that's going to be coming through, saying there's all this speculation it's alien or whatever. I just think that science, sci-fi, all that realm is kind of fun. So didn't know if you ever had any Seattle Bigfoots in your area or have known anybody. Just think it's kind of cool. But keep up all the shows. I would love it, again, if you come to Worcester or Boston, being out in Mass. I saw you in Goldfinger a couple years back at the House of Blues. That was an amazing show. You rocked that out. So I would love MXPX to be there, or Worcester at the Palladium. It's another cool venue. I know NoFX and Pennywise and everybody's come out to that kind of realm. So we'd love to have you out this way. But keep rocking out. I'll see. Maybe I can get down to Charlotte where my sister's at and see you down that way. But hope all is well, and take care. Happy Halloween. Bye.
Thanks, Nate. Yeah, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, it's a big thing up here in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of rumors, a lot of legend and myth surrounding what that Sasquatch could really be. Is it real? Is it a Native American folklore tale? I personally have never seen a Bigfoot, never seen any sign of a Bigfoot. I've been out snowboarding up in the mountains. We've been snow skiing, snowshoeing, all of that, sledding in Snoqualmie, all over the Pacific Northwest in the mountain ranges. And I've never seen anything. Doesn't mean it's not real or there, but no personal experiences on my end. But, the Bremerton werewolf is a thing. You can look it up on YouTube. There's a tale about this lady that was leaving her house or somewhere and walking through town, West Bremerton here, not too far away from, like a few blocks down the hill from where the studio is. She was walking in this alley, and it was like 3 a.m. I mean, you don't go anywhere. Don't walk through a city at 3 a.m., okay? Like, you're going to see some weird things that you don't really want to see or shouldn't see. And she saw this guy turn into a werewolf, and he started chasing her, and she ran, and she made it. She lived to tell the tale. But that, I don't know if that's a thing or what. Like, who knows what's out there in the world, these things that we don't really understand and can't really explain. I am one to believe at first, and then as I think about it more, I get a little more skeptical, and I kind of realize, I'm being silly. That's not true. I'll send like a meme or a video to like Thomas Nesky or my wife or somebody and be like, and then I'll be like, wait, that's not real, is it? And they'll be like, that ain't real. I'm like, yeah, I figured it out. But I mean, we all go through that, right? Whether it's real or not, who knows? I don't know. But I've never seen a Bigfoot. Let's get to, thanks for calling though, Nate. I appreciate you. But the Bremerton werewolf may or may not be a real thing. Who knows? But the Bremerton poking at you, that's a little kid that runs around Anyway. All right, let's move on.
Hey, Mike, this is Dan calling you from Dallas. Suppose I'm relatively new to the podcast. When my fiance falls asleep, I've been turning it on, but long time fan of yours. Appreciate you allowing this avenue to reach out with some questions. So a few things that were on my mind. I'm sure, might reach out again here later, but I guess the first one, and pardon me if you've already answered these questions, I can be skipped if you already have, but yeah, I guess early on in 2000s, I know you guys maybe took a little bit of pause, if I'm wrong, but I believe maybe Yuri had to step away for a bit and you guys ultimately came back together. I guess maybe the question might be, what happened? Life, I'm sure, but ultimately, I guess the great thing about it is you guys got back together. So what kind of, created for the pause, but then allowed you guys to come back to being a unit again? The second thing, I just was re-listening to the Renaissance like over and over these past 2 weeks. A great EP, and I guess you guys had partnered with Fat Records, to do that. I guess, what caused you to partner with them? And then ultimately you guys didn't do too much more with them to what I believe. So maybe a little bit on that. The album is phenomenal. And then lastly, I think I've seen you guys 3 times. Not enough. I'll be driving up to Oklahoma City to see you guys here later in the month. But you guys are the only band that stays after to meet the fans. I love it. Maybe what caused you to do it. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being part of my life and so many others, and allowing for this podcast and these questions to happen. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it, man. Dallas, much love to Dallas. We love it. Let me just get to it. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being new to the podcast. Good to know that people are still finding the podcast. A lot of people are like, wait, you have a podcast? Like, what's it called? So I don't really promote it. Like I say, I put it out. I do the thing. It's like, so thank you for listening. Thanks for subscribing, y'all. So if whatever you listen to on, please add that like or subscribe. That'll just help the feed continue to feed you. All right, Yuri. Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, Yuri was going to quit. He was going to retire, and he did. He did retire around 2000. I want to say it was like 2010, 2009, somewhere in there, 2010. And we did a show in Vegas, kind of a last show, and that really kind of got him thinking, like maybe I shouldn't quit. And so he kind of didn't, but then we just didn't do a lot of shows for a couple of years. We did a couple shows a year, and that's about it. 1 or 2 shows a year, and we had some overseas stuff I did with MXPX All Stars. That really started going well, and so we did a couple tours in the U.S. as MXPX All Stars, just keeping it going. And ultimately, Tom came back. So why did they leave? Just life stuff. Like, Yuri was insanely busy. You get to a point where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life, and you want to try something else. And Tom and Yuri both decided that, and pretty quickly decided, no, I actually liked being in the band. The band was pretty cool, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice for sure, but ultimately I feel like it's where I was meant to be, and they came back, and we've been great ever since, really. But just a little, I wouldn't even say a hiccup, just like go and find yourself, go and take some time to do this, and I'll keep your seat warm, and we'll keep it rolling. So, and that's what happened. So things are better than ever now, and life sometimes sucker punches you in the face, and you get a fat lip. You just got to roll with those punches. You got to work it out. You got to keep going. You got to find the solutions. Don't give up. Don't despair. Don't be negative. Stay positive. Stay fixing and solving your problems. And that's what we do with MXPX, and it works out. So thank you. Great question. Renaissance EP, Fat Records. That was just a bro thing. Like, we were hanging out with Fat Mike a lot, and and he had always wanted to work with MXPX, and we were signed to A&M Records at the time, or Universal. Maybe it moved over to Universal. And between records, we just were like, hey, can we ask the label, can we do this 7-inch, just a one-off on Fat Records with our friend, something to do? And they said yes. And so we did the Renaissance EP on Fat, and then the next record we're back on A&M, just because we were still on A&M. So the only reason we didn't do anything more with Fat Records was because we were already signed to a label. And, you know, say like when we got out of that contract, we had a really great offer from Side One Dummy, and Fat Records wasn't in the financial position to pay us the money that we needed. And so we went with Side One Dummy, and it's not a thing at all, really. Honestly, we weren't really even thinking about going to Fat Records. It was really just something to do for fun on the side. And a lot of the reason why we did want to release something on Fat was because we were a huge fan of a lot of the bands on Fat Records. So it was a cool opportunity for us. Now, live, OKC. I don't remember what you mentioned about that, but just the fact that you went and saw us in Oklahoma City. Thanks for checking it out. As I play this, the show just happened. It was our last show we just did. So thank you. Appreciate you. And man, good times. I can't believe we've made it this far as this little punk band that started in the garage, and we travel all over the world, all over the country, stages all over the place, people that have lived amazing lives themselves come out, sing along, sing these songs, make new memories. It really means the world to us. So thank you. Appreciate you, Dan. Let's get to one more.
Hey, Mike, it's Eli. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. My birthday was November 6th, and I appreciate you. It was a great birthday. It really was. And then going out and doing these shows in, started out in Louisville, then Fayetteville, then, Louisville, St. Louis, Fayetteville, Oklahoma City. Those are great. So if anybody still wants to get me something for my birthday, buy a ticket to December 6th, Punk Rock Christmas. Even if you can't make it, I don't think the show can I don't think these types of shows where they're outdoors in these huge fairgrounds, they can't sell out. There's just not going to be enough people, period. You know, you could sell 10,000 tickets and it's not going to sell out. So I think it's going to be great. It's going to be packed. We're going to be happy, but we can always sell more tickets. All right. So do your thing. MXPX.com for that. All right. Black Friday coming up. What are we going to have? We're going to have a lot of goodies. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you. And call in. If you want to call in and leave a voicemail, give me a topic, give me a question, a statement, anything. The number is 360-830-6660. All right. If you've already called in and I haven't played your voicemail yet, we'll be getting to it. We'll be getting to it soon. All right. Much love to y'all. Shout out to Bob McKnight. If you're not already in the podcast Facebook group, the Mike Herrera Podcast Facebook group, go over there. It's really the place where this community thrives the best. We've got a Mike mate. We've got Bob over there asking amazing questions, getting these conversations going. It's really been great. So get over there, join in the fun, and you can also submit your band or your favorite band to Music Monday for those episodes as well. All right, you guys, MXPX.com. We'll see you out there on the road soon. Peace out.